bruh, bruh, bruh.
It's rubbish attempt at creating a factual acronym Tuesday.
Well, hey everybody. Welcome back to another beautiful Steam Tuesday. Yeah, we're going to play Steam games on a Tuesday. And what are we playing today, pray tell? This is Risk of Rain 2, released in 2020 by Hapu Games. I hope I'm saying that correctly. It sounds like there's a poo in the Hapu. But is the game poo? Is it duty poo poo? Is it poo poo caca? Should you think that it's poo poo caca and therefore eschew the poo poo? We'll find out. Anyway, being a bit silly. Regardless, so this game is the sequel to the 2013 indie roguelike hit Risk of Rain, but it's a really interesting sequel, which if you know about these games, then you no doubt know that the first one and the second one, very different. The first game, while it is a roguelike, it is an action platformer type of deal. And Risk of Rain 2 is a 3D third-person roguelike shooter. Emphasis on the like. I almost said light. It's not that light. It's very like. Anyway, so yeah, the game begins. You're approaching the planet with an open distress signal. But as you approach it, you are warned that this planet is full of angry, mean, nasty monsters, and that you are unable to find the life sources of the person's the distress signal is supposedly coming from. So, yeah, you're headed down into this hostile planet, and you do not know what to expect. And that's actually kind of very important because you don't know what to expect. There is not a tutorial in this game. It just chucks you into it. Because as soon as you arrive on the planet, everything tries to kill you. Every round of the game begins as your pod, like you eject from your spaceship orbiting the planet, and you eject in this pod, kind of like an escape pod. And yeah, you hit E to escape, and as soon as you do, everything is trying to kill you. And and you have zero direction. I mean, granted, the controls are exactly what you think they are. Imagine that you're playing a third-person type shooter. Yeah. What do you think the controls are? Is spacebar going to be jump? Is the left mouse button going to be shoot? Yeah, you'll pick it up. You'll pick it up right quick. So yeah, the controls do make sense. That is fun. Because you will have special abilities that are doable with Q, E, and R, which are right next to your WASD keys, your W, A, S, and D. So yeah, all of the controls totally make sense, and they make sense from the get-go, which is good. Yeah, because there is no tutorial. There is none. There's not even an option to take a tutorial. I looked. And so, yeah, you just get chucked down on the planet, and then everything wants you dead. And you just got to figure it out. And here's the thing. Before I launch too far into this, I need you to know that the footage that you are seeing is of me playing multiplayer with my son, which, that's kind of special because I don't like multiplayer games. I really don't. And that's, my son wants to play multiplayer all the time, and I don't usually want to play multiplayer games with him. There are a few that we can play together. He plays way more multiplayer games with his mom, who is always down for Terraria or Muck. Those are the two they play the most. But yeah, you rarely catch me in two-player footage with my son. Even more rarely would be with my dirger. Yeah, my dirger. Sorry, I've been doing Nick Kroll voices all day. So, because it's Friday while I'm recording this, I'm having myself a lovely time. And I've been talking about my wife's dirg. She's got this dirg, and she's the only one who loves the Derg, because the Derg is always barking, and yeah, bark, 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 says the Derg, and anyway, yeah, that's right. But my wife and Gerger are the only ones who care about the Derg. The cats and me, we don't so much like the Derg. Anyway, yeah, I don't know what that character is, but you're welcome to it. It's just for you. Feels like a Nick Kroll character. Like, is that not someone on Big Mouth? I don't know. Anyway, regardless, yeah, even more rare to catch me playing multiplayer with my daughter because she plays multiplayer games with friends who live out of town in the town that we moved from. You know, she's keeping up with friends by primarily like Discord and Roblox. But yeah, I am involved in neither of those things. Therefore, yeah, I have no footage of my Gerger and I playing together. We gotta find something that we can enjoy together. I mean, we enjoy plenty of things together. It's just, you know, for the channel someday. It'd just be kind of fun to have footage with my children. Anyway, regardless, let's not get off in the weeds too late. So I was really frustrated by this game at first because, like, it just chucks you in, everything's trying to kill you, and I get really panicked, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, and I can't improve in any measurable way, and it's just terrible, and all I do is die. And I'm telling this to my son, who desperately wants to play this game with me, and I'm like, this game is not my friend right now. And I could see that that was frustrating for him because, like, he wanted to play this with me. He's put some time into it. He's gotten some unlockables unlocked, and he wanted to, like, you know, share a thing, which, like, that is his love language, and I do try to, like, respect that as much as possible, even though, like, yeah, I don't love playing games with other people. I'm a lone wolf. Like, that's how I am. I don't play online games, really. Like, I really don't. Rare the times in my life which I have done such a thing. Anyway, regardless. So, yeah, I was all frustrated, and my son really wanted to play it, and so I kind of stuck it out, because I was like, it's so pointless. You just die, and nothing helps you to do better the next time, because that's my main thing. Is like, I don't mind dying in a game, especially if it's a roguelike, as long as the path forward is clear. And the path forward in this game was not clear at first. Like, I had no idea how to stay alive longer. And then all of a sudden it just kind of clicked, and I got it, and I was like, oh, okay, like, kill enemies to get money to open chests, use chests to stay alive longer. Then find places to spend money in level, buy new items, do achievements to get more unlockables, stay alive longer to get more achievements. You know, all of the things started to make more sense, and all of those things are true. Exactly what I told you is what you have to realize how to do in order to, like, have this game be fun for you. Because outside of figuring that out, it's like, it's kind of rough at first. Not gonna lie. I did not know if I was gonna like this game. Even though it looks good, the controls are obviously good. It's just I kept getting overwhelmed, and I didn't know how not to. And I will talk about how not to in a minute. So if you're someone who's like, well, if I'm going to play this game, like, if I'm going to buy it and play it and have fun with it, which you probably should. I mean, it's a really fun game, and it's, you know, wildly beloved. Every now and again, I get around to reviewing one of these games, like when I reviewed Borderlands, where it's like, did y'all know this game is super fun? And you're like, yeah, back in 2013, we were aware. Anyway, no, this game came out in 2020. The original came out in 2013. Anyway, regardless. Fact is, like, I am a little too used to roguelites, where you just get improvements over time and the unlockables come kind of fast and furious. It is not that way with this one. Now, as you get achievements in game, that gives you items that will now start appearing in chests and stores and whatnot. Though some of them are quite rare. And yeah, like I unlocked some items that not only I haven't seen, but my son was like, I've never seen that item. Like I have it unlocked, never seen it. So yeah, it's interesting because it's a game that does not reveal itself to you early or easily, which is kind of unfortunate because it really is a good time. And it's really a well-made game. And granted, like, people do love this. I'm not telling you about a game that is not already known to be one of the more beloved indie titles of all time. Like, you know, up there in the rankings of the action roguelike genre. Like, it is up there for sure. You know, like, I don't... It does not need my endorsement. We'll put it that way. Like, I'm reviewing it for my purposes, and some of you may benefit from this. Others of you are going to be like, oh, let's see what he has to say about this game that I've totally played a few years ago. Anyway, regardless, thing is, it does not unfold itself to you easily. The unlockables are very hard to get at first. But if you put in time, I mean, my son has put in like 10 plus hours. And in 10 plus hours, he's gotten like a lot of character unlockables, you know, a decent stable of characters, a decent stable of unlockable items. And yeah, it makes it interesting because when I'm playing multiplayer, I get access to his items in addition to the ones that I have unlocked. Anyway, yeah, so it's very replayable once you get the hang of the world, the enemies, the hazards, how to move around the world, you know, like how to jump up platforms, how to like navigate your way around. And, you know, because the world's procedurally generated, like that does mean that it's different each time, but also like you'll learn like, okay, this is a ramp. Obviously, I have to go around this way to find the end of the ramp so I can make it up to the next level, which is probably where the teleporter is. And once you hit the teleporter, then that brings out a boss, and if you kill the boss and then stay alive for the next like 30 seconds or however long it takes for the teleporter to time up, then you take the teleporter and away you go. Take the teleporter enough times, you start unlocking more characters. But as you hit the teleporter, you go to a new area, new challenges, new enemies, and there are multiple areas. Like, I have not yet begun to go to them all. And I had a play session with my son that was like fully 30 minutes plus. Before I started recording, like we had a round of the game where we were alive together in game for 30 plus minutes, which is a fun achievement to unlock because like in a roguelike that does not reveal itself easy, yeah, like obviously you want to like stay alive for a while, because then it starts to be fun. You have to approach every new round of the game as a fresh character build. And even though items in chests are randomized, items in stores, items in the 3D printers are not. Well, I mean, you're able to see what they are before you get them. So make your choices. Choose to build the kind of character that you want, and then, you know, adapt it to your play style so that you can win and keep playing. Anyway, let me put a final score on this one because we're running a bit long. I do need to start cutting these down a little bit. Anyway, so in as much as it was eventually quite fun, final score, I am giving Risk of Rain 2 8.5 out of a possible 10. It's dangerous to go alones. Because, yeah, the original Zelda was designed to be like, yeah, we're just going to drop you in there and then you have to figure it out. And, yeah, that's what it was supposed to be. Risk of Rain 2, same deal. You're going to die a lot. But eventually, you'll have fun before you die. And then once you die, you'll want to play again. Anyway, people, thanks for being here for this one. I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.